What is freestyle?
Freestyle as a whole is a great way to express yourself.
If someone has to decide when they come to Larks, should I take ski lessons or snowboarding lessons?
If you think skiing is more fun to you, then you should definitely take a ski lesson. And if you think snowboarding is cooler or if this is something that fits you more, then I would definitely go with snowboarding.
But are there any tips that you would give adults like us?
Yeah, I think choosing the right slopes is definitely gonna help you manage the fear as well. Don't just go up the mountain with no experience and try to
Yeah.
go down the hardest way.
Night snowboarding a thing?
They have a part of the mountain that's they have lights where you can go, but it's definitely special. So it's like kind of harder to see, and it's a crazy experience.
Our conversation over the last 30 minutes has at least convinced me that the next time I'm in Larks, I will take snowboarding lessons, not for just one day, but try to space it out as much as possible. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of our travel podcast, Where to Next. As you can see, we are not in the podcast studio anymore at Veena World headquarters. We are actually in a beautiful backdrop. Of course, it's raining, but we are in a beautiful city called Larks in Switzerland. It is my first time here. But when we decided to take Where to Next outside of India, we thought Switzerland is probably the best place. And this is going to be a super interesting podcast because I have a very interesting guest with me. Now, he does many things, but I think one of the best things is that he does snowboarding. Now, for us in India, snowboarding, skiing sometimes are things that we do on a holiday, but he does that for a living. He does that with passion. So, we are going to dissect snowboarding today on this episode, but let's see where the conversation goes. I have Luca with me. Luca, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And
pleasure.
Generally, when I meet someone like you and we are doing an episode on Where to Next, it's generally that I love asking you about yourself. So if you can introduce to someone watching, because
Yes.
many people watching may not know you. So like, how would you introduce yourself?
So my name is Lucas. I'm 30 years old, and I'm a professional snowboarder,
Okay.
a fashion designer,
Uh-huh.
and I live here in Lux full
Okay.
time. Yeah.
So three things: professional snowboarder,
Yeah.
a fashion designer, as you put it, and you live here in Larks.
Yeah.
So let's dive into each of these, right?
Yeah.
Firstly, when we met right now, 10 minutes ago, our friend Claude was like, make sure you ask Luca what he's wearing. And I went through your Instagram, and your Instagram is very cool. You're very
Thank you.
popular on Instagram. So what is it that you're wearing? What is this? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So the clothes I'm wearing is it's my own brand that I started 7 years ago,
Okay.
and it's called Drink Sexy.
Okay. Drink sexy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a funny name. And I started doing my own clothes because I couldn't really find the clothes that I like in the snowboard industry back in the days. So I thought, why not start doing it myself?
So is this just snowboarding clothing, or you can just wear it anywhere?
It's I wanted to create something that is streetwear focused, but that you can also wear on the mountain. So it's like it's flexible. You can wear it on the piste and off piste as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I saw your Instagram, and you're doing some, well, at least for someone like me who's very new to snowboarding,
Yeah.
you're doing some crazy tricks on there, right? And you mentioned that you're a professional snowboarder. So before getting into what you do while snowboarding, I want to get to the very early days of your snowboarding life. How did you decide to get into snowboarding, and What was the first time you were on a snowboard?
So I started snowboarding when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
So a really long time ago already.
Mhm.
And I started because my father had a snowboard,
Mhm.
and I also saw snowboarding on TV back in the days, and I thought that was like really cool. So I really got hooked pretty early,
Uh-huh.
and of course, since we lived in a small mountain town, my parents would take us to ski. Started when I was 3 years old, so I
Okay.
skied for like from 3 to 9,
Okay.
and then I switched to snowboarding, and I was like quickly hooked. It was something so fun to do.
And were you as good when you were skiing as well?
I mean, I was good at skiing for sure, yeah, but it wasn't like as fun to me as snowboarding because I also was skateboarding.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of the same, but since we can't snowboard in the summer, I was skating in the summer, and then as soon as the snow came, I was ready to snowboard again.
Is it easy to transition from snowboarding to skateboarding once winter ends and summer
Yeah,
starts?
it definitely helps. Like if you skateboard, it's gonna help you feel better on the snowboard, and like otherwise as well. But it's definitely different. It's gonna take some time to learn for sure.
And you mentioned that you were on the Swiss national team as
Yes.
well, right?
Yeah.
So, how does that work? Is there one team that goes for snowboarding competitions around the world?
Yes. So when I always wanted to be like a pro snowboarder. That was like my dream.
Yeah.
So there was like only one way kind of to be a professional snowboarding was doing competitions and being picked up by the Swiss team to go to the Olympics, World Cups, and
Okay.
doing all the big competitions. So my dad told me like there is this sports school where you could do your gymnasium and snowboard at the same time. So to me it was like, oh, that's what I wanna do. It was my only goal. So I focused on snowboarding and training, and I guess I was pretty talented. So I got picked up by the regional team at first, and then I trained for them for a while with them, and then after a while I went to the sports school when I was 15, and from 15 till 21 I was part of the Swiss team, so
Oh,
I was
nice.
traveling the world and competing everywhere.
And when you say traveling the world outside of Europe, what are some of the snowboarding destinations that you would
Yeah,
recommend?
I think the US
Okay.
are really fun. There's like so many different destinations. There is California, which is a bit warmer and like a bit more fun to go to,
Yeah.
and like less, like the mountains aren't as big as Colorado or like Utah. There's some really good mountains there as well.
And eventually, after doing all of these trips around the world, you come back here, which is
Yeah.
your base, Larks, right? So, how
Yeah.
long have you been in Larks?
So I was in the sports school in Davos, which is another resort an hour away from here. But we always came to Larks to train because Larks has the best snow park in Europe.
Okay.
So for us, it was really important to be able to train with like the best jumps and rails. So we always came here. And then once I was done with school, it was kind of a no-brainer to just move here because as a home base, like it's the best, especially for like a young guy or like a young snowboarder. It's like a really
Nice.
good spot to be in.
Yeah, we went up to we took the gondola right up to the main station. And sitting out here, it doesn't seem like it's a massive snow park. And suddenly you have so many blue runs, red runs that you can see. It was very interesting. And often I think looking at a map tells you more than what your eyes can see from just the ground level. So given that you have so much experience doing snowboarding now and skiing between 3 and 9 years old, back in India where we live, I come from a city called Mumbai, and we don't have any mountains close by.
Yeah.
We have a lot of hills, but we have amazing mountains in the north of India. But the winter sports culture is still a little underdeveloped.
Okay.
So someone coming to a place like Larks will often choose between skiing and snowboarding. Now, because you're such an expert at that,
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you what do you recommend, but if someone has to decide when they come to Larks, should I take ski lessons or snowboarding lessons, what should they really consider?
Yeah. I mean, you should go for the thing that you think you would have the most fun. So if you think skiing is more fun to you, then you should definitely take a ski lesson. And if you think snowboarding is cooler, or if this is something that fits you more, then I would definitely go with snowboarding. But it's not gonna be like you're gonna just strap in and ride down the mountain without falling from the first day on. But with the right coaches and with the right materials and the slopes here as well, there's like some really good beginner slopes.
Yeah.
And after a week, I think with a good coach, you will be able to at least like have some fun. And I mean, it's an experience for sure. You don't need to be like really good to have fun snowboarding. And also just being here in the mountains and like the scene is really beautiful. So it's not really just about snowboarding, it's about like the whole experience, I would say.
Yeah, the whole experience of you renting the equipment, going up the mountain, looking at all of the mountains surrounding you. I would definitely say that is an experience. But you mentioned that spending a week with taking lessons. So do you think someone starting up snowboarding, let's assume me, I'm 35 years old today. I have never snowboarded in my life, right? And in India, we aren't introduced to winter sports as a child. Like you started winter sports at the age of 3. So the element of fear is much higher when you're older, right? So if I'm spending 7 days in a place like Larks, should I take lessons every day, or should I take lessons in the morning, then try it on my own? Like, what is a good mix?
I think you should definitely try to like don't overdo it. Maybe book a session for the morning, and then because you're gonna learn quickly that it's really hard. So if you want to still enjoy your holidays as well, I would probably do a lesson in the morning and then enjoy the whole resort in the afternoon. Maybe go walk or go with the gondola up the mountains and like have drinks there, or like enjoy like the whole mountain vibe experience as well. So yeah, because snowboarding, like we said, it's hard, and for someone that has never done it, it's gonna be probably not that easy. So if you feel like it could feel frustrating as well. So I think doing it like more as like an experience and fun for the first time is probably the way to go, and still like enjoy your holidays. Like
I still remember one snowboarding lesson that I had done, and it was, so the person advising me was like, just do one in the morning and you'll be fine, right? But it was frustrating because you have to strap on your snowboard, get up, you fall on your butt again. So it is very, very annoying. But are there any tips that you would give adults like us to eliminate that fear that you kind of have when you look down the slope and suddenly you're like, oh, am I going to be able to do this?
Yeah, I think choosing the right slopes is definitely gonna help you manage the fear as well. Don't just go up the mountain with no experience and try to go down the hardest way. So I think, with a coach and taking a lesson, he's gonna like be able to tell you what to do first and like what not to do, and he's gonna make you feel more comfortable as well with the whole surrounding. And he's not gonna take you down the crazy down slopes. So start like where the beginner slopes are, and like he's just gonna push you and like tell you what to do with your arms and your legs, and tell you the basics. And then once you learn that, you're gonna like progress so much faster and it's like step by step, and then you will feel more comfortable for sure.
And how often do you snowboard nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, I snowboard almost every day in the winter time.
Okay.
And then in the summertime, I snowboard a bit less because I have to focus on my clothing brand, which is a lot of hard work as well. So it's like really nice to have like 2 seasons, to like be able to snowboard every day from December till April, and then focus on the clothing stuff in the summer.
And if someone from India wanted to buy something from your clothing brand, what are a few of the items that you have on the store?
Yeah, I think it's if you want to look a bit different than everyone else and be like a bit more on the cooler side, or like more outgoing and a bit more stylish, I would say that's definitely what I'm trying to build.
Yeah. And coming to the après ski experience, right?
Yeah.
Because often skiing is just one part of it, but everything that surrounds it adds that cultural element, that nightlife element, that entertainment element. So in a place like Larks, in between skiing, you mentioned that you can have a drink up in the mountains and then again go back to skiing or snowboarding, right? What is the nightlife like out here? Because you're an expert. Right before we started recording this, you mentioned that you had a fun night last night. So what are some of the things that you would recommend people doing who would like doing coming here to Larks?
Yeah, I think it's when you go on holiday, the main goal is to enjoy yourself and have fun. And when you're especially with a group of friends or with your family, it's really important to have fun. And I think Larks did a really great job to not only like focus on the slopes, but like on the whole experience. Like it's like going to a big city for like a weekend. You can really do whatever you want and whatever you feel like you want to do. So yeah, there is a bunch of nightclubs. There is some après-ski bars, and the city is really young, especially in the winter. There's so many young people coming to even people come here just to party, because people from Zurich or like the bigger city love to go to the mountains.
Just to party,
Just to.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, just to be like in the mountains, and some of them don't even go ski. They just come to the club and enjoy a weekend in the Alps.
What is your favorite place in Larks?
The Riders Hotel is my favorite place.
We had dinner there last night. Yeah.
And there is like the lobby, and then there is a whole nightclub in the basement, which is
there?
Yeah.
And is it only on the weekends? Or?
Yeah, it's usually only on the weekends, but during the high season, they will have special events.
Okay.
During the week as well.
Nice. So one question I had. So I have a daughter. She's 18 months now.
Yeah.
Right. When I started skiing the first time, it was much late in my life. So me and my wife Heta often wonder that, okay, what is an apt age that we should get her into winter sports? So given your experience and given that you started very early, what do you recommend? Like, what age should I like get her into just going and getting lessons? And should she start skiing or should she start snowboarding?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it depends on what your child wants to do, or if it's something that she likes or not, and if she's into it. I think, like my parents just put me on skis when I was 3, but
is that a good age to start skiing?
I think it might be maybe a bit early for like for a regular person. But I would say from like 5 to 6 is probably like a good age to start skiing. And like skiing is definitely going to be easier for a child, because you can just stay and go straight. And snowboarding is a bit more like you need more balance and you're sideways, so it feels a bit more unnatural. But I think nowadays, like all the older snowboarders now have children, so they like put their children on a snowboard as like not even on skis. So I guess nowadays it's kind of what the parents want to do.
So someone once told me that skiing is easier to pick up, difficult to master, and snowboarding is difficult to pick up but easier to master. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that once you know how to turn and know how to like work yourself around the mountains, you'll have a lot of fun like quickly with snowboarding.
Yeah.
Especially also if you want to ride some off-piste as well, some powder.
Oh, that's a long way off for me.
I mean, the feeling of it with snowboarding is definitely, it feels more like surfing, so it's a
Yeah.
really special feeling that I could like, only recommend.
Okay. So, when we were coming here, we kept seeing messages about Larks saying that Larks is the freestyle capital of the world. When we got here, there were awards saying freestyle award for the year 21, 22, 23, all of these things. But one question still like plagues me in my mind. What is freestyle? I don't think we know enough about freestyle in India. So how would you describe that?
I think freestyle, it could be interpreted in like different ways, but for me, freestyle is more like it's more like a feeling, more like a lifestyle, a way of living your life. It's like kind of, for me, it's like having fun, doing something a little bit different than anyone else. Now it's like snowboarding or like freestyle skiing or freestyle snowboarding or sorry, I kind of got lost.
Is that does that mean that you can do anything? Is that what it means? That
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything like extreme sports related, I would say, but it's also a mindset that you can apply to just your life, like kind of being outgoing and not taking things maybe too seriously as well, and try to have fun.
yeah. And is that why Larks is built around freestyle, where we have ski jumps, snowboard jumps? We have the Freestyle Academy over here, where we did a trampoline lesson yesterday. And of course, there is the skateboarding competition going on. Right behind you, there is this tower where I'm told that there is a zip line and a bungee jump that is done. So is that why, like, freestyle, like they just want you to live life the way you want to?
Yeah, I think, I mean, Lux from like very early on, they were really supportive of freestyle, and they were really like the first resort, I would say, in Switzerland and in Europe to like really put focus on it and build the best jump possible, and all the infrastructures and like the skate parks, the trampolines, and like really focus on freestyle as a whole, and not just do it like on the side, but really like push this like, this is what we do here, this is, we want to be the best at what we do. And they've been doing this for like 20 years now, so it's been for me as a snowboarder, I got super lucky to be able to live here. It's been really nice.
Well, so it's established that Larks is your base, but generally on this podcast, I tend to get into like a rapid fire question round for you. So I have mentally prepared a few questions that I'm going to ask you, and it's going to be about snowboarding destinations around the world. We know that Larks is your favorite, and we are here. But I'll quickly jump into it. When you were part of the Swiss team, which was one of the best places you went snowboarding?
I think the US is definitely special. They have a lot of good parks as well. And the mountains are also well built for freestyle, and they're also a big market in the snowboard industry. And then we went kind of in Europe to every other, like France, Italy, Germany, Austria. Like we went kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
One place that you still haven't been to snowboarding?
Yeah.
And what is that, and why is it something that is on your bucket list?
I went to Japan last year for my first time, and that was I really had a really good experience. So Japan is definitely a place that I would recommend visiting for snowboarding. And then a place that I never went to is probably, I would say, Australia or New Zealand.
Okay.
I heard it's also quite good.
Yeah. I've lived in Australia. I've been to Japan multiple times. Which ski resort did you go to?
I flew from Tokyo to Hokkaido.
Okay.
And then we went to Asaikawa. It's a city.
Okay.
And then from there is like thousands. Really, it's crazy. There's a lot of resorts everywhere.
And good powder snow, right?
Yeah, really good.
Like I was at a resort called Niseko, and I did many fun things. The next question is related more to you traveling outside of snowboarding. Do you travel like that, or that doesn't happen?
No, not really. Yeah, because from a very young age, I had to travel the world for all those competitions. So yeah, I went to Bali last May for the first time to just go on holiday with my girlfriend and surf. So that was really nice to be able to travel once just for myself and not to snowboard.
Nice.
Yeah.
I often read reports which say that, oh, this person decided to ski down Mount Everest or K2 or some of the crazy mountains in the Swiss Alps. Is snowboarding also a sport like that where people go up a very tall mountain and do it?
Yes, Alaska is like a resort where a lot of pro snowboarder goes to film their stunts and their freeride runs there.
Okay.
And yeah, I've never been, but it's crazy. It's definitely.
So the level that you are at, you will easily be able to do everything that the pros do. Because you are also a pro, right?
Yeah, but it's like Alaska is like high mountains is something different. Like you need to be super aware of like the avalanches and like the state of the snow, and it's like you could die really fast in a high mountain. So you need to be well prepared for sure. Yeah.
So you mentioned avalanches, and in India, someone wanting to go to a mountain, we aren't quite aware of what are the safety precautions taken on a mountain like we see in Larks, right? So are the mountains here or around Switzerland, are there any safety metrics that are used to ensure that avalanches don't happen here?
Yes, of course. Larks as a resort, they secure the resort every morning, and like they drop like small bombs to like clear the avalanches early in the morning. But I mean, if you go outside the piste, it's always at your own risk.
Yeah.
And there is always a chance that you could trigger an avalanche if you don't know how the terrain, like the steepness of the terrain, or like if you go somewhere that you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
Then it's always, if you want to go off piste, I would recommend going with someone with experience and maybe a coach or a local that knows his way around the mountain.
I guess I've seen many videos where they say if you go off piste, always have a buddy with you because you don't want to go alone. One travel tip I wanted from you is that often when you're planning a winter holiday to a place like Larks, of course you're like born in the winter and you've lived here, right? But for people like us, we start packing like a lot of things because we think we need to layer up and do all of that. But are there any smart packing tips that you would give? Because you can come here and rent practically everything, right? So what would you tell someone who's a beginner to just a winter destination like Larks?
Yeah, I mean, probably for someone that never tried skiing or snowboarding, you won't have gear at home, so you'll just travel to like a normal holiday. But I would definitely try to pack some technical underlayers and like some fleeces and some clothes that are built for winter, because it's, as you can see now, it's raining, but usually it's snowing and the conditions get quite rough. So I would definitely pack differently than if you're going to a hot city or like a tropical destination.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one final thing as we reach the end is they often say that winter sports, whether it's snowboarding or skiing, are a way of life in Switzerland, right? It's not like you make a travel plan to do it. You just do it every day. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I guess because it's been around us our whole life, so you get used to it, and it's something that almost everyone does in Switzerland, and yeah, it's so easy to access, and it's so much fun. So I don't know. For me, it was never really a question to not do it. Yeah.
So so you do it at any time of the day or night, is it?
I
Is
mean,
night snowboarding a thing? Or?
sometimes they have a part of the mountain that's they have lights where you can go, but it's definitely special. So it's like kind of harder to see, and it's a crazy experience.
Well, you've given us a lot of things to add to our bucket list.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. What's the next snowboarding destination that you kind of have in mind that you're going to?
I think I will go to California, to Big Bear, as
Okay.
my next stop to film some content.
You love going to the US. It's
Yeah,
quite here.
US is fun.
Is snowboarding a very mature sport there?
Yeah,
Or
it's a very, very famous, and a lot of people snowboard there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Luca, I have skied my entire life because the scars of that one snowboarding lesson still stay with me. But our conversation over the last 30 minutes has at least convinced me that the next time I'm in Larks, I will take snowboarding lessons, not for just one day, but try to space it out as much as possible. So thank you so much for coming on to this travel podcast. Many of our viewers or listeners, or all of our viewers and listeners, probably have never snowboarded in their life, have never taken a lesson. So everything that you said is definitely valuable, and thank you so much for that. If you would like to just give one final message looking at this camera
Yeah.
to someone who has never snowboarded in their life, just what would that be?
I think for myself, snowboarding has completely changed my life. So I think it's if you have the opportunity or the chance to try it out once, I would definitely do it. And it's just the experience as a whole, going to the mountains like we talked about, and being in the beautiful outdoors, and with your friends. I would do it with some friends. It's also way more fun to go with your friends. And yeah, I think it's an experience that will probably change your life if you.
And something about your brand as well.
Yeah, I mean, clothing to me is kind of like snowboarding. It's a way to express myself, and you can choose in which way you want to put yourself out there. So I think freestyle as a whole is a great way to express yourself.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Luca.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you on Where to Next, our travel podcast. If you ever come to India,
Yes.
please hit us up. We would love to take you around. And if you do decide to go to the mountains, we would love to be there to see all of the tricks that I've seen on Instagram today. But seeing them in person would be super, super fun.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It
to
was
see you.
great talking to you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that's our podcast from this wonderful town of Larks on our podcast, Where to Next. See you soon with another fun episode. Bye-bye.